Yeah, so the show is called Maybe We're Both Abandoned, which is a new play from our small company, Antimatter Productions. It's a speculative fiction piece. It's set in an authoritarian, dystopian kind of world. There's a war going on. There's a kind of strange religion that's kind of very powerful in the world. And it's a two-handed play. They meet and they become friends, and we as the audience get how the war and the horrible things going on outside of their games affect the way that they think and talk and behave with each other. It flips between the children and the same characters when they're adults 20 years later. That happen when your children can affect you all the way through growing up. I think it's a really cool way to explore how people behave and interact with each other and how they perceive themselves, and how people can abuse power at all sorts of different levels. And
so Ezri, you're the
I'm the director.
The director, yes. So you have to pull it all together.
Yes, it's actually my first time directing something in this capacity, unless you count a student pantomime back in the day, which I personally don't. But sort of getting the actors to let go of themselves at the door, get playful, get dynamic, because they are portraying these children, and it's through this whimsical, playful nature where we scatter through the hints of what society is really like, that we really see these effects on these characters, because when you're a child, when you think back of your memories when you're little, they're all covered with this sort of dreamlike, cloudy sense, because ultimately, no matter how bad things were, there was always that sort of sense of safety and trust, that childlike trust in the people around you, and that's what these children have in this show, and so we've spent a little bit of time sort of talking about memories, childhood memories, and that portraying that playfulness and dynamism into this production.
Now, I think you were on stage. You went up and spoke about the play, didn't you, at the Greater Manchester Fringe Opening Festival?
Yeah, it was a really nice way to meet people about the play. It's good fun.
Yeah. So when is it on?
It's on the 8th, 9th and 10th of July at Salford Arts Theatre, which is, just in
really
Salford.
Lovely venue.
Really nice space. It really can bring a great atmosphere, I think, the space.
Yeah. How many's in the actual play?
Just two,
Oh,
so
right.
it's a two-hander. It's Claire and then a guy called James playing the other character, and they're both brilliant. They've really gotten used to this playful energy, and they really play off each other, and they've got a lot of sort of as these and you're just falling to watch.
Must be good to play part of a child again.
It's been good fun. It's strange because I think sometimes as an actor, we were saying this the other day in rehearsal, you kind of worry about overacting a bit, but there's just none of that in children, so you don't really have to be worried about that. But it's also reflected in the story that these two children don't hide who they are from each other the way that adults might hide themselves or put up a wall between people, and that is something that is explored in the difference between when they're 8 and 28 is how adults kind of protect themselves from their past or from other people, and children don't do that.
It's funny, isn't it, when you've known somebody as a child and you grow up, and there's a different there's something different, isn't there, to know people you've met as grown-ups and you've grown up, but people you've grown up with as a child, it's a different relationship, isn't it?
And that sort of idea of that childhood friendship is kind of what sparked the play, because it's just such a unique relationship that you can't really find again as an adult, but you can really appreciate it for what it was at the time.
That element of nostalgia is really, really prevalent, and it's been fun sort of working with the open-heartedness of the children versus that really sort of perform with the adults, because the scenes with the children in are very they're natural, almost scenes where the characters talk to each other, they don't know about the audience, but 2 of the adult scenes are monologues directed to the audience, and it really helps build that performativity, that audience interaction of these people who are searching for connection.
Yeah. So, I mean, that actually takes some writing, doesn't it? Because if you're writing about children, you've got to take your head back to when you were a child.
Yeah, it was a challenge. It was really fun to lean into that. I think as well, it just exactly what's 100% in their mind, and that's the same with writing it as with acting it, is there's no hesitation. They jump from topic to topic, which poses its own challenges, but is really fun to explore because it's so different to most plays that you work on.
What I like is that every scenario is life or death for a child. Kata, she yaps on and on, yammers on, and she says about how she wants it to be her birthday when they play the game, and that's the thing. That's a memory I have as a child. That's a memory Claire has as a child. We didn't grow up together or anything. It was just this sort of ubiquitous little girl thing. Is that you wanted it to be your birthday when you were playing. Doesn't matter if it was actually your birthday. You just wanted to be the one in charge, and that's like the most important thing. Yeah. And just that that really serious level of everything matters so much.
Mm-hmm.